That dude, girls really need to get on that. Just talk about sports topless.
Oh, okay. Okay. On this episode of KD Sports Talk, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. Is that how you want to just start it then?
Oh, that's how I'm starting it for sure. I'm sticking by that joke.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a joke.
I'll redo it.
No, don't redo it because it was about just as funny as when Aaron Rodgers said it.
But was it as funny as when Marshawn Lynch said it?
No, Marshawn Lynch, dude, he fucking killed it. So you want to talk about Aaron Rodgers?
We have to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
I'll tell you this: I don't compliment him hardly ever. I will compliment the fact that he does talk about real shit when he goes on interviews.
Yeah.
So every time he's on Pat McAfee, he's talking about pretty real shit. And then this interview just recently that happened, yesterday?
Yeah, last night.
He got very candid, and I appreciate that. I want to know just straight up what's going on. And he told you straight up what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
It wasn't the Jordan Love pick. It wasn't it's not the coaching. And so it wasn't that whole should they have kicked a field goal shit.
Well, yeah, but he said it had to do with the philosophy. So maybe not the coaching decisions in game, but the philosophy of the way that the coaching staff is going.
Oh, I see. That's not what I got. What I got was the philosophy of how a franchise should be ran. I feel like his entire beef is with the front office and nothing underneath.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I think.
Yeah, he said it. He already said it's not about the players or his teammates or anything.
Right.
He doesn't like. Was it Gutekunst or however the hell you say his name?
I think that's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only problem he has. Yeah.
Yeah. And so in the Kenny Mayne interview, he said that it's the organization is built with its people. It's not the building. It's not the actual team. It's not all that other stuff. It's not the facilities. It's the people inside the building. It's the people inside the organization.
Yeah, every NFL has really good coaches. Every NFL team has really great facilities. You know what I mean? It's
Cincinnati, but whatever.
I guarantee you go into their freaking weight room and it looks fucking awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's right. It's not the facilities. It's not the building. It's the people that in it. It's the people that go off on Sundays. I think it's so easy for people to forget that the higher ups and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I put this team together. I did it. You did a really good job of putting the team together, but they could all go out there and be fucking turds as a super team. It's the product on Sunday is what I pay for. I give a fuck what Brad Holmes of the Detroit Lions. I don't give a shit what he does. You know what I mean?
As long as you produce on Sunday.
Right? Yeah. Yes. Maybe I don't have to agree with him. If we win on Sunday, I'm in.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
And he's an MVP. To have an MVP on your fucking team.
Well, I mean, that's what he said. He said that. Oh man, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it. He said that this was going on last year, but what threw a wrench in the whole thing was his MVP season.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. What is that? What did that even mean? Like, what threw a wrench? Like they wanted to get rid of him, but he played too well.
I don't know if they wanted to get rid of him. I think maybe they had a certain number in their mind. Like contract extension wise, and then he just went off and had one of the greatest seasons,
of his
for quarterback,
right?
And now that number is nowhere near what he deserves because of that season. So, and I bet anything, I can almost guarantee that the front office and Gutekunst is trying to stick near that number that they had last year. And Aaron and his team they're no bueno. They don't want. It's just way too low.
So you think that this is still about a contract?
I think. Well, okay. So he's outright said it's not about the pick, the Jordan Love pick.
Yeah.
Which Aaron is too good, and he knows he's much better than Jordan Love. Does it suck that they're not picking up playmakers for him? Yeah, but he's also proven that he can play that well without extra playmakers. He had a really great season with the team he had last year. So, yes, he deserves those people and he deserves extra help. He is getting, I don't want to say he's getting older, but he's getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, they should get other guys around him to help the team and get them over that NFC Championship hump. But he's proven that he can get them there. So, I don't know. Like, I think it is. I think it's all about the numbers now, and I think that it's definitely not about like the coaching staff or the players that he's playing with. It's about the front end and them not helping him. I bet it's him feeling like they're not helping get the team over that hump, and then they're also trying to hold back on his contract.
Which those same reasons roughly is why Stafford asked to leave. He just didn't want to go through it. I mean, Green Bay's not going through a regime change, but after years and years of not necessarily helping him, maybe he wants to leave. I don't know. Do you guys have any last comments? Because I was going to kind of shift into another topic unless you guys had some.
Well, I mean, and the fallout's coming from it too, because I don't know if you guys seen for OTAs, their top 5 wide receivers aren't there.
Yeah.
And so your franchise quarterback, your reigning MVP, is not at OTAs, which he's normally at. All of your best receivers. Well, he doesn't, but he's always been there.
Right.
And your best receivers your top 5 receivers from last year aren't there. And now you got this guy that you think could be the next quarterback for you, and you want to develop him that didn't even dress last year, got no reps with the offense, and now you got a crackerjack wide receiver crew, probably coaches and random players,
undrafted free agents,
that aren't Devontae Adams or Lazard or Valdez-Scantling or St. Brown, that are good to decent receivers in the NFL. And that could help out your progression with your next quarterback. And now they're not there because, well, the guy who's gotten us the ball and gotten us paid isn't there. So why should we be there?
I mean, most of them are veterans, veteran enough to where OTAs don't really matter.
Yeah. But they do to Jordan Love.
Yep. Sure.
And you can't, I mean, he can't get better with the guys he's got.
Yeah. So I don't know their salary cap situation in Green Bay.
Right.
It can't be terrible. I mean, I know they have Rodgers, who is quite a bit. I know they just signed Aaron Jones. But I don't know if they have a lot. I don't know their salary. But
give me 1 second. I'll let you know.
Would Julio? I mean, could you imagine Devontae and Julio?
If Rodgers is there,
they have $3 million in cap space.
They don't have enough for Julio.
Well, but that's the thing, though, is Julio. Yeah, say Julio's under contract for 2 or 3 more years at like $33 million. So
it's gonna be a lot.
That's 15 to 15 million a year.
So they're not even in contention. All right. Yeah, I threw that out there because, I mean, they say you don't get – Browns fans are shitting on it. They don't want him.
No. It's not the fact that we don't want him. It's the fact that we don't want to trade the people that we have to get.
You trade picks, not –
You wouldn't have to – you just have to trade picks. They just want a first rounder.
Well,
they want a first rounder.
You know what? And – yeah,
I'd give a first rounder for Julio.
I'd give a first rounder for Julio.
Absolutely.
If 100%. If you planned on picking late, like the Browns did this year,
yeah, it's a fucking late first round pick for Julio Jones. Yeah, thank you. I'll take that every day.
I'll give you a
31
first-round
year old.
Let's see. I'll give you a first-round pick in Odell Beckham Jr. Honestly,
No, absolutely not.
why not? He doesn't even play for you guys.
So why? Thank you.
Why not give up Odell?
Yeah.
Well, one, I'm not giving up on him.
But you wouldn't give up on Odell for Julio?
No, I wouldn't. I think that if Odell comes back and he plays well, he's either going to be better than Julio or like he's going to be more productive.
OBJ is injury prone.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
Julio's injury prone too. But Julio's tough in place for him.
So Julio's. Thank you for bringing that up, Nick. Within the last 7 seasons, Julio's missed like 7 games, 8 games.
Yep. Well, pretty much all of them were last year.
Over the same amount of time OBJ has missed, like 30.
Yeah, he's missed games. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that I wouldn't love to have Julio on my team, because I would.
That's not what I asked you. Would you trade? Would you swap Odell? Why?
I'm telling you no.
Why? Give me a reason. Don't just say no and crap out of it. Tell me a reason why.
I'm being loyal to my guys. How about that? That's
why? How is he your guy?
Loyalty will kill a franchise, though.
How is right now it will.
Look what happened with the Steelers. They're loyal to Big Ben.
Facts.
And he's grunting and wincing at every movement at OTAs.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, okay, because he's our guy. Okay, but what is Odell? Okay, Odell's played 2 seasons and he's
but this is the thing, though. This is the thing. He's
got 7 touchdowns.
That's okay. I'm all right with that. He was injured last year. I cannot stress that enough. He was injured last year. But this is my thing. Right now, as it sits, our salary cap.
6 seasons, Julio Jones over 1,000 yards. 6.
Yes.
6.
I'm not saying Julio's not a great player.
Odell Beckham, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only had 5. And he's had.
He had 1,000 yards last year, guaranteed.
Why? How can you guarantee anything with him?
Because if he didn't get injured, he played the whole season. I can guarantee
7 games.
He played the best
7
receiver on your team.
He played 7 games last year and caught for 319 yards. So So on that pace, he would have been about 400 yards short of that. So, but yeah, he would have been fully out.
No, he wouldn't have been.
Stat numbers, Kenny. Numbers. 7 games last year, 320 yards.
That's okay.
Yeah, but he was going to have a 300-yard game.
That's 640 at 14 games. That's only 150 yards for 2 games plus the playoff game. So he couldn't average 150 yards a game in 7 games. So how's he going to just randomly do it in 2? Because it's 2. You got to do it in 2.
You couldn't do it in 7.
I'm not saying that Julio is not a good player. I'm not saying that.
That's not what I asked you.
I have the cap space. I understand what you asked me. I have the cap space. I don't need to trade Odell. You know what I can do? I can fucking get Julio, trade away the first and a fucking second. I don't give a shit.
You think Odell wants to be in Cleveland?
Yes.
No.
We know who he wants to be.
Trade away both. Trade away the first and second.
He's down to 2 teams.
Get Julio Jones, and then have Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., and Julio Jones all on one side. Put fucking Higgins on the other. Unstoppable.
Just do a spread team when you got
unstoppable.
But I'm just saying, if the Browns try to make a trade with Atlanta, they're gonna try and spice it up and say, "Give me something."
Listen, they
don't have to. Julio already came out on national TV and said, "I'm out of there." Everybody knows he's out of there. They're not getting a first-round pick for him no more. It doesn't fucking matter.
Sure,
but they don't have to trade him.
Yes, that's exactly what. I mean, look what Green Bay's doing.
They don't have to
fucking sit.
Atlanta's being nice and understanding, like, hey, we're in a complete rebuild. Like, we understand. Like, you want to go compete for a championship.
They need to get rid of him anyways for the contract.
I know, but if I'm Atlanta, I'm asking for the world to start.
Not for it. You're not getting the world. You're not getting the world.
You're trading Matthew Stafford, asking for Aaron Donald. No, Aaron Donald.
Well, yeah, right. They asked.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to ask. But here's the thing:
if I'm Cleveland, all you want.
If I'm Cleveland, what's Odell's contract?
Odell Beckham's his base salary is 14.5.
Okay, so if I can trade Odell for Julio, who's less money and better on a numbers standpoint and games played, more consistent, okay, why would I not get rid of him? Because then guess what? In 2 years, if we win 2 Super Bowls with Julio, thanks, buddy. You know, you're and if he plays great, go get your money. You won your contract. Go do whatever you want to do. We're done with you. And now you have let's just go bare minimums here. 11 and 14. What's that? That is $25 million in cap space you now have because you just got rid of Odell because what has he done for you?
Really hasn't.
He's been injured. I get
you don't need him. But you don't need him.
You've proved it.
You can win without Odell.
Yeah, I understand that we can win without Odell. That doesn't mean we don't need him.
I'm not Kenny. Okay. How can you say you just went to what? You just took the Chiefs to the end. All right, almost made an AFC Championship game with no Odell Beckham Jr. 0. So you're going to tell me you need him?
Okay. Listen, we would have gotten past Kansas City. How about that?
No, you wouldn't have. Okay,
and the game wouldn't have been that close.
Odell
doesn't drop the fucking ball in the goddamn end zone. That's what's what.
Pat Mahomes doesn't get hurt, you lose anyway.
He takes
no matter
that
who's playing.
helmet.
Pat Mahomes doesn't get hurt.
Chad Henne kicks your ass anyway.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Chad Henne was throwing bombs on you, and Chad Henne is
Chad Henne ran
trash.
3 and 15 or 3 third down on or whatever it was, 3rd and 15
bombs.
Ran that motherfucker.
Running bombs.
And he ain't beating us this year with those fucking bombs because of our defense. We got all better defense now.
And then Kansas City is way better than what they were. So
Kansas City is the same fucking team.
Same team, different line
with an offensive line now.
Woo!
That makes a
with the Bucks did.
It doesn't make a difference for us.
Why? Because Jadeveon Clowney's going to be wrecking people that he's been doing.
Our
his whole career.
defensive line is one of the best in the country. All there is
country. Was this college football?
Yeah, you only need 32 teams.
College. I got into it for a second. That's my fault.
But here's the thing.
Best in the league.
You got Myles Garrett, right? Absolutely out of this world, right? Okay.
Yes.
But now, what did he do against the Chiefs?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
We were in that game. We were in that game the whole time.
You were.
But yeah, because Pat Mahomes got hurt. That's why you're in that game.
He got hurt the week before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pat Mahomes, a healthy Pat Mahomes, Browns lose every time, guaranteed. Don't care what team he's playing with.
No.
We're about to find out week 1. That's why I picked.
One.
That's why I picked it. It's going to be a great game.
Chiefs by 14.
No
there
way.
It is. There it is.
No way.
There it is. There's the take.
I might just buy me a Pat Mahomes jersey just for 1 week.
Just for 1 week.
I'm buying a Mason
Rudolph.
I'm buying a Mason Rudolph jersey. That's what I'm doing, man.
Fine, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mason Rudolph.
He's the better quarterback.
Right now, yeah. I mean, he torched that great Browns defense. He torched them that last.
But then torched them so bad that he lost.
But he
all I'm saying is
300 some yards on him.
All I have to do is just pay Julio Jones. I'll give fucking 2 first rounders. I'll give next year's and the year after's first rounders to the fucking
was he Stafford? No.
Huh? Who the fuck cares? They're fucking
I'm
draft
just saying,
picks. They don't mean dick.
They don't?
No.
So Baker Mayfield, if you would have traded,
I'm sorry.
Okay,
there
so
it is. He doesn't want joke,
Kenny. So let's just rewind it here. Let's just trade away that. Let's trade back that number 1 overall pick that is now Baker Mayfield. You going to do that? Because draft picks don't fucking matter.
No, they don't matter until they get to that point. You don't know who you're taking there. You don't know who you're taking. Listen,
talk about bad takes.
No, fuck off. Last year, 2020. Okay,
draft picks don't matter, guys. They're pointless.
The Tennessee Titans drafted. I don't even know what the fucking player's name is anymore. Their first round draft pick is already off the team. Just because he's a first round grade doesn't mean they're going to pan out in the fucking NFL. Do you get your Bakers?
Lamar Jackson was taken 31st overall. He's been pretty good for the Ravens.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. So you get Tom Brady in the fucking. You get Tom Brady all the way in the fucking 6th round.
So do you build your team through free agency or through the draft?
All right. If you're listen,
depth
do you need
comes
both?
From the draft.
Do you need both? Yes,
absolutely.
But 95% of the guys that win you a game have already been in the league.
Oh,
do you get?
But where were they drafted?
Do you get? Who the fuck cares where they were taken at? Do you get your Pat Mahomes? Do you get your Baker Mayfields? Do you get your Julio Jones? Yeah, you get them in the draft sometimes, and you have your time.
So you want? So you
say
what
I would rather
wait until they're proven.
Wait until they're proven. Yes, 100%. You could find a guy who got drafted in the 3rd round, and he has.
But how many of those guys last year? Okay, your 1st round picks that got hurt in that secondary last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how many guys were drafted by the Browns that stepped in and filled in for a role that kept you guys afloat to win games? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where these draft picks come in handy. When your superstars get hurt, or your 1st round picks, 2nd round picks, your starters get hurt, those draft picks matter because if you develop them, they keep you afloat. Just because one guy leaves, just because Jamarcus Russell was drafted 1 overall, he panned out just fine, right? No. There's bust, right?
What, Chris Leak, whatever the fuck his name was? Bust.
Ryan.
My bad. Yeah,
Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf, yeah.
But I'm just saying, if the Browns got sent a trade by the Atlanta Falcons that said, we'll swap you Julio and Odell, and first round pick, we'll give you a 3rd or whatever. If I'm Cleveland, I'll be interested by that.
I'm not saying that the organization wouldn't be interested in it. I would.
You're just personally not ready to give up on Odell, and that's fine.
I legitimately, I would be like, listen, you're not getting Odell, but I'll give you a 1st and a 2nd round.
Nick, I'm not saying it's good or bad. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong, right or wrong. I'm just saying that his personal opinion, belief, he's not ready to give up.
I understand that. I understand that. But I'm just breaking it down here to the point where if I'm Cleveland, I have the chance to upgrade my top number 1 receiver. That's gonna 95% chance that he's gonna play 90% of the games for me, and he's gonna catch 1,000 yards, and he's gonna have 10 touchdowns. Okay, with Odell, you're rolling the dice. Okay, so if I can trade away $14 million and come back with get about the same salary for a better player, why not? Because it's a win now mentality. That's where I'm coming from.
No,
Why wouldn't I upgrade my number 1 receiver, who I can almost guarantee is going to play more than 10 games for me, where my current number 1 receiver is a crapshoot? Who knows?
Well, because let's just be completely honest. Odell is not the number 1 receiver. He is our over the top. He's our over the top guy.
Absolutely.
Jarvis Landry.
He's your absolute number 1 receiver. No, Jarvis Landry is a great wide receiver, and he's not your number 1. Okay, Kenny. If I'm putting up people and I'm listing my depth chart at my wide receiver position, I'm paying Odell Beckham $15 million a year. Guess what? That's my number 1. I don't care if he's only over the top or if he's only catching. He is your number 1. Jarvis Landry is definitely a better pass catcher, better route runner, better overall team player.
And it's only $2 million under. Jarvis Landry is 12.5, and Odell Beckham is 14.5.
But Jarvis Landry has never been a number 1 receiver, though. He is a guy that's going to play from
he's your possession
outside
guy.
The inside. Yeah, exactly. Possession guys aren't number 1 receivers. Okay.
The NFL dollars matter, and
dollars. And
Odell
all I'm saying is I'd rather put Jarvis Landry on the outside, have him run his routes because he know that he's going to run them proper, and have Odell in the middle or in the slot and have him run the streak every fucking time, because the second he beats somebody, it's an easy 40-yard pass.
Wrong.
Easy,
I would flip-flop that, because you put Odell across the middle, he gets hit one time, he's done for the year.
Who the fuck? Don't put him across the middle then. Put him on out routes and put him on fucking streaks. I have four guys. And that I have what? I have Odell Beckham Jr., Landry, Hollywood, and we'll just call it tight end, and Njoku or Hooper, whoever. What?
Njoku.
Get out of here.
Total waste of a pick.
He's coming this year.
He's going nowhere.
He's coming.
Okay.
And it's gonna be great. Our offense is gonna be out fucking standing.
Your offense should be good.
Saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying if that's a very tempting flip flop.
I'm not saying it's not tempting. I'm not saying it's tempting, because it is. It's just I know for a fact that
you
Julio
might not be
is
done.
leaving.
You might not be done with Odell, but in the NFL, what have you done for me lately? And
I
lately,
understand
Odell hasn't done.
I understand that, but I'm saying that Julio is gone. We know he's gone. We know that they have to get rid of him. You're gonna take the best offer, and if I give you a first and a second, no one's giving you that. At best, you're getting a second and a third, and it might not even be in the same fucking year.
Kenny, we're in hypotheticals here, okay? Listen,
I understand that.
All right, that's all I'm trying to get at is I just wanted that if you would flip flop Odell and Julio for 2 seasons.
Well,
Kenny,
3.
do you want to feel better? I got a statistic here for you.
Thank you.
The historied Ohio State coach, Cooper.
Oh God, yes.
Do you know his record against Michigan?
2-10-1.
Did you know that he still has more wins than the last 3 Michigan coaches against Ohio State?
Yes, I do.
He's 2-10-1, and he still has more wins against Michigan than the last 3 Michigan coaches have against Ohio State.
Man, it just warms.
What the hell does this have to do with the NFL?
He wanted to see me smile. He is a great friend, and he wanted to see me smile.
Hey,
okay,
I am just trying to dig. I'm just trying to dig inside the mind of Kenny Galvin here, right? That's all I'm doing is just digging in.
Yeah. Listen, it's a dark place in there. You don't want to go too far.
You don't want to go too far. All right.
I'm telling you, man. I think that I mean everybody knows he's gone. And I already brought it up because I said it, but okay. I have a question for you though. Mm-hmm. Shannon Sharp calls him while he's on Undisputed on national TV. Calls Julio. Julio straight out says, "I'm going," and I'm not going to Dallas because he was caught wearing a Dallas sweatshirt this weekend, and he goes, "I'm not going to Dallas." He's like, "But I'm gone," and he said, "I want to win now." Those were his exact words. So. Did he know that he was getting recorded one?
Absolutely.
Did he know he was?
Because if Shannon Sharp didn't tell him or didn't have this planned,
right?
That's dirty.
Shannon's in lots of trouble.
But I feel like Julio knew he was calling.
No, and it's not like he's going to lose his job. They'll never get another player on there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do interviews with him no more.
Yeah. If he's going to call them and not let them know that they're getting filmed or they're on
film. So if this was a podcast and he was just like, I'm going to call him up real fast and see what he says, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just doesn't tell him that he's being recorded. I could actually see that happening more than a national televised show on Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, like Julio Jones knows what Shannon Sharp's doing at 10 o'clock on a weekday.
Yeah, everybody does, right? And so...
What's up, Julio?
I think
my name's Skip.
Oh man!
I need a do-rag. I need a do-rag, some Hennessy, and a cigar now.
What does he say? Not a problem. Have you heard that before?
I love
Shannon Sharp. I love it. Listen, I know that Skip Bayless has got to be one of your favorite people on TV because your takes are just as bad as his. But Shannon Sharp,
my God, Skip Bayless is the worst person. It's Skip Bayless and then Stephen A. Smith. Boom, boom. So both of those could leave TV, and I think we would rejoice.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
I would compare me more to a Max Kellerman, okay? Because I give crazy takes that are out there, but I do it in good fun to create conversation. Yeah. And these guys actually believe what they're saying.
Okay, so that's another thing too. Do you actually think he believes what he's saying? Because I think that he's embraced the character of Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless, yeah.
And so he just says the most outlandish shit because he knows that when he gets on the internet, everybody's gonna be in his mentions like dogging him. But he's creating content and I think
getting people talking.
That.
It's like Colin Cowherd when Cleveland Browns fans just destroy,
about Baker Mayfield.
Don't matter.
Oh, yeah.
And then Baker comes on the show and they're buddy and having a good time.
He did call him out, though. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, that
was cool.
Yeah. So I guess right before we end this whole Julio talk, all right, let's make our predictions. Yeah. Where does Julio go?
He's down to two teams for what I'm to understand. He's down to the Tennessee Titans and the Patriots. You can either choose another team, or you can talk about those two teams. He says he wants to win now, right?
Yeah.
Is either team posed to win now?
Well, so with the $153 million that Bill Belichick spent in 2 days,
sure,
in free agency, I don't know. Yes, they are more poised to win than they were last year because of their offseason. I am not 100% confident in either one of the quarterbacks, Mac Jones or Cam.
Or do you think it's another team? I'm just saying the rumor is those two teams, but obviously could go anywhere.
Yeah, and this is just like Aaron Rodgers. If every team in the NFL should be calling about Julio.
Yeah.
That can afford him.
Literally.
So I don't believe the Lions would call. We're in a rebuild. We're just going to waste him. He's not going to want to go.
So there's contenders who can contenders.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So let's see here. Let me see something real fast.
Well, he's looking up.
Green Bay
is Tennessee on this.
Okay, so you think they're prepared to win now?
Yeah. And here's why. I didn't know that that it's rumored that he was down to two teams or whatever.
That's what I heard.
If I'm comparing Tennessee to New England, it's Bill Belichick, it's the Patriots. Go play with Cam Newton, who was a former rival with in conference and all that stuff in division, but if I'm looking at a production standpoint too, Tennessee's offense puts up numbers. AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, and them boys have been recruiting Julio hard, and you can feel he can feel the love from Tennessee. And New England, there's just if we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't. We're not going to go out of our way to try to it's either he's coming or he's not. But
okay,
I think Tennessee's a great fit for him. I think Tennessee's a great fit for him. Their defense is really suspect, but they got Bud Dupree from Pittsburgh. He's coming off an injury, but he helps their pass rush. That was bad. But I think their defense can only get better, and they're a playoff team. They're definitely a playoff team without him. So I think adding him, I don't think it makes them a Super Bowl contender off the rip. But like I said, he's under the contract for 2 or 3 more years. So that gives you a 1 year with him, and then you got we got Julio, we got a great offense. Now let's buy some guys. Let's buy some defensive players in free agency now.
So Tennessee, I just had it pulled up and I've already forgot it. Tennessee, their cap space right now is $3 million. So there's some fat that would need to be trimmed to make this happen.
Who's that?
Tennessee. There's 3.8 million is their cap space right now.
They can make that
obviously, I want him to come to the Browns. After that whole 15-minute bullshit that we went through, I want him to come to the okay. I think that we are poised to win now. With him coming into our wide receiver room, it just throws our great offense into God tier level. It would be great. He looks good in brown and orange, and he looks great.
And
he looks great just reaching up in the end zone and just snagging balls out of the air from Baker Mayfield. Okay.
And if Julio gets on Cleveland, Julio went to Cleveland, I would jump on the Super Bowl train. That'd be the only person that could convince me to jump on the Cleveland Browns Super Bowl bandwagon would be Julio.
AFC Championship game this year against the Kansas City Chiefs, unless seeding is different. But AFC Championship game, and we're beating them.
I've got a team that I would like him to go to. Buffalo Bills.
Oh, that's
That's going.
Yeah, that is.
I would love for him to go there.
Him and Diggs together would be tough.
Yep.
Yeah, with Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley's a dog. Josh Allen throws bombs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I think that team would just start killing.
And I can't believe people haven't talked about that more.
I've heard that. I heard Buffalo Bills like I had like one spot.
Yeah, I haven't even heard it.
It makes sense just because. Well, hold on. $3 million in cap space. They'd have to trim some fat as well, but like you said, it's doable. Do you want to know a team that doesn't have to trim fat, who is poised to win now and definitely have a better season than they had last year, and has the space to take him right now?
San Fran.
San Francisco.
I think
who's quarterback?
Jimmy G.
But that's why if I'm Julio, that's the question is, are they going to roll the dice with a guy I don't know, or are they going to give me Jimmy G, who isn't a great deep ball thrower?
No.
He's a Tom Brady. But Jimmy Garoppolo is a game manager, dink and dunk type of quarterback. He's not let's throw it down the field, get my receivers, yards. Yeah. That's what Julio would want. So that's why I would think a big arm spot would be his.
Well, I'm not like saying Buffalo. I'm not saying a big arm spot wouldn't be great for him.
Oh yeah,
it would.
But San Francisco has the easiest way of doing it.
Yes, they have
without having to do anything else. They can just straight trade picks and still be like, "Hey, you're on our team."
Yes, I think that would be insane if they got Julio. I think San Francisco would go nuts. Yeah, the Rams don't have the space for him without doing shit. Rams.
And before we have and before we move on, I have a hypothetical. Okay, I'm gonna go crazy here. What if the Raiders trade for Rodgers and Julio?
Well, we would lose Julio because he'd be in Vegas.
Well, I'm saying, can you see? It's John Gruden, all right, and Mike Mayock, all right. I could see a crazy scenario where Derek Carr goes to Green Bay. They trade Carr, and I don't know who else they would give in a second round pick, third round pick, whatever, something that entices Green Bay because you got a quarterback that can play right away, and then you can still develop Jordan Love, right? Mm-hmm. And then you give your first round, second round pick or what, and you can just trade a pick for Julio. I don't know what their cap space is, but
the Raiders,
you get rid of Carr, that's money gone.
So they're at 6.6 right now, but Derek Carr is worth 19. So yeah, just get rid of Derek Carr.
Yeah,
but all right, so you get rid of Derek Carr and his 19. I'm sorry. Does this say that his fucking... Holy shit.
He's getting a lot of money.
$31 million a year.
Yeah, he was... Yeah, he got his even after Stafford got a renewal. So, yeah, he's higher than even what Stafford was getting.
Holy shit.
But I'm not saying there's a chance that this happens, but that's the crazy far end out of this world thing that happens that I could see.
Yeah, I mean, you got to shoot for the moon, I suppose.
Right.
Derek Carr is the 9th highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yep.
Because can you imagine being on a phone conversation with Aaron Rodgers and Julio and say, hey, we got a deal in the works to bring you both? Do you think Rodgers would go to Vegas if Julio went?
Well, I think back when this was a big, like the Rodgers stuff was still like fresh, I think the Raiders was one of the spots he wanted to go to. If I remember correctly.
So
I mean, see it happening.
Or I guess if you're Julio, is that enough of a contender for you to throw in the reigning league MVP at your quarterback?
No.
I wouldn't think so either because they're a dumpster fire of an organization. But
they are. They really are.
But if Julio sees a chance to play with Aaron Rodgers, I'd probably jump on that train too. But that was just a crazy scenario I thought in my head while we were talking.
All right.
I mean, if anybody can make it happen, if they can make it happen, that would be
because you know Gruden is they're willing to give away everything.
Yeah,
they'd be willing to do it.
Gruden hates all of his players. He loves them for 2 weeks and then hates all of them or hates them.
Right. And he loves Aaron Rodgers.
All right. So what do we got next, men? What did you want to talk about?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're still in football, so we'll just stay in football. Okay. So OTAs are obviously going on right now. There are there's a significant amount of players at OTAs for the most part for most teams. One team in particular that has some missing is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but it is not. But this is by design. Bruce Arians came out and said that he doesn't want any of his veteran players or starters from last year to be at these OTAs. He said that these OTAs are and mini camps are for rookies and new signees to get time to prove themselves. How do we feel?
No, I mean, I'm completely fine with it. I mean,
if you're comfortable running your camp like that.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, I mean, you just want a Super Bowl, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I love it. I think that.
But he's also in a position to. I mean, you look at all of his starters: Brady, Gronk, Antonio Brown, all their defensive guys. They're all veterans. You know what I mean? Like, none of them are rookies or second-year players. So it's it's easy for him, to say that. It's not like it's Campbell's going, who's a returning starter for the Lions.
And I believe, and I believe that he kept everyone. I believe his defensive coordinator is still there, offensive.
Yeah, no, they literally lost no one from year to year.
Right.
So it's not like the
decision.
Yeah, the Lions, they definitely need to.
Right.
Browns probably could. Tomlin, Steelers could do this.
Chiefs could do it.
Yeah. Lions, they need this.
Not do it. Steelers could tell Big Ben, you just stay home.
Yeah, they could have.
That's it. That's the only person that can stay home and steal that's the only person that should not be at OTAs is Big Ben. Maybe Juju. That's about it. Everybody else should be there.
I like the idea.
TJ Watt.
TJ, yeah.
TJ, yeah.
I mean, some of them defensive guys, but
I like the idea of the off-season mini camps and OTAs and all that stuff. I like the idea of those being for the new guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think because Bruce Arians said that, I mean, you're not even going to be on the field anyway, so why be here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you going to do? Watch film? We can do that.
But here's the thing: the devil's advocate to that is if Tom Brady's at OTAs and he's not playing, let him stand there in shorts and a t-shirt. And who's the backup quarterback for Tampa Bay?
Well, it's Trask.
Right. So why not have your greatest of all time quarterback be at OTAs with your fresh draft pick from this year, teaching him the ropes, showing him how to be professional? I mean, that's the devil advocate part to it, but it's also respectable to your veterans and your starters, and hey, we just want a Super Bowl. Like, don't be here. Like,
I think Tom has plenty of time to do that, and it's not Tom's job to do this either. He's not. Yes, he is a mentor.
100%, absolutely, it's his job to do that.
Nah, he is a mentor.
It's the coach's. It is
the coach's job to coach. Yep. Tom Brady is there to be a mentor, and he give advice and stuff, but he can do that during the season. Trask is not playing this year.
But how much is he going to see Trask during the season? In quarterback meetings
every day?
Nah, not necessarily. Because
every day.
No, not at. Well, I mean, he'll see him, but I mean, how much time do they have to talk? I understand they can talk after practice and whatnot, but you got to think. Well, Trask is probably going to be a third string quarterback. Kyle Trask probably ain't even going to dress. I'm sure they'll have some other quarterback and a veteran in there to be a backup in case something happens.
I think
so. You really think the defending Super Bowl champs, if Tom Brady goes out with an injury, they're just going to hand it over to Kyle Trask and say, "Here you go"?
I have no idea.
I'm just saying. Like, look at the Jordan Love situation in Green Bay. Was he ran the other team's offenses and was doing that stuff. He was with special teams and doing those things. They're at practice. They're not really.
Now he's got Blake Bortles to go against.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it shouldn't have been stay home, don't even come in. I think it should have been, if you guys want to be here, you're not practicing, but you're more than welcome to be here. Like, maybe in the NFL it's different, but as a player, I think I would like to be around the team, even if I didn't have to do anything.
So Tom Brady being Tom Brady, he went across the street to the New York Yankees training facility and had the veteran guys who wanted to go and be there. They went and practiced. They went and ran drills and stuff like that, and did all their fun stuff. So yeah, Tom Brady being Tom Brady didn't let that happen anyways, but they at least didn't have to go and be underneath the structured NFL rules and all that shit. So I like
they do. If they were around each other, they had to.
Well, Not if they're vaccinated.
No, they can not necessarily.
They're still league. I mean, you still have to follow league
Give me
protocol.
a goddamn depth
What do you
chart,
mean?
you piece of
I don't
fucking
understand.
shit.
I think he's talking about like all like the probably wearing masks and all that type of stuff and having to go through. I mean, if they're
it should be by your state, and Florida requires none of that shit.
Florida is wide the fuck open.
Right, but I'm just saying, if I'm Bruce Arians and I just got Kyle Trask, if Tom Brady's at OTAs, he's not doing anything. But if we're going over playbook and stuff like that, yes, it's a coach's job. But wouldn't you want to have the greatest of all time quarterback there, kind of helping your future quarterback out a little bit, teaching him a few tricks?
Maybe,
because no coach is going to give you the knowledge that Tom Brady's going to give him.
Yep.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a crap what coach it is.
Blaine Gabbert.
I'm not.
Blaine Gabbert, that's right. Yeah, he'll be the back. Yeah.
Okay, so Mickelson does the goddamn impossible and wins the PGA Championship. Yeah, wins the PGA Championship at the age of 50, becoming the oldest person to ever win a major. His play was phenomenal. I watched the final round. I was rooting for Brooks. I wanted him to get his sixth. But after, I mean, it was he birdied the first hole, and then he kind of just slid for a while, and you could feel the gallery because it was a full-on gallery there. It was
yeah, the crowd was insane.
Yeah, and they were their drunk rowdy selves, those fucking drunk white dudes. You know, they're all bros. But I mean, by what, 14, 15, 16, I mean, they were just all about it. And then they almost fucking killed him down 18.
They lost control of the crowd on 18. That was insane to watch. Just the people, how excited they got when his tee shot landed right in front of them. People went crazy because they knew he was going to be standing right by him when he hit. And then he hits. And normally what happens, Derek, because I'm guessing you've never watched golf on TV before, is they hit the shot, and then normally the players walk. And when the players start to walk, then the crowd fills out and around them.
Yeah, they leave it's kind of like an invisible barrier that they don't cross.
Right.
And they kind of follow the player.
Well, this is the last group of the day, so everybody is following behind them now, or if they're not already in front of them. Yeah. And so Phil hits, and Brooks Koepka still has to hit, so they have to stop the whole entire crowd. And then after Koepka hits, I'm not kidding you, they did not have enough security because everybody that was behind them just took off sprinting to get to their spots around the green. And so literally, Phil starts walking. This guy runs up and like grabs his shoulder, like, yeah, let's go. And then like they had the security like tackled him and pushed him off to the side. But then after that happened, everybody just sprints by him. And then him and Koepka both had to fight through the crowd to get to the green to hit their putts.
Yeah, so Brooks Koepka, he injured his knee a while ago. Big
cry baby.
Anyways, he fucking get tackled.
Nobody was worried about him.
That's the problem. They weren't worried about him. They about ran him over.
No, nobody was even paying attention to him because he wasn't going to win. Everybody was there to see Phil win.
Yeah. And it was fantastic. Like I was saying, I was pulling for Brooks in the beginning, but by the turn, I knew
Koepka.
Why not? I think he's
great. He has no personality whatsoever.
You're full of shit. I think he's great, and his little beef that he has with Bryson DeChambeau is fucking hilarious. It is so high school, it's ridiculous.
That was funny though. Yeah,
I mean, his eyes literally about rolled out of the back of his head. It was hilarious.
Let me know when you guys are ready for my take. I got it.
Derek loves golf.
Dad, do you have
it? I got a take. All right. If you are bros and you are getting so excited that you're rushing the players, don't go to golf. Do something else. It's not your fucking sport. You shouldn't be this is my take. All right.
This is my take.
You shouldn't be that excited to watch golf. Okay? Go history. Like all you're doing is you're fucking like having a frat party on the course. Go have way more fun somewhere else. Okay?
Like where?
Golf is awful. All right. So for you to just go and watch and to be that excited about golf, it's like quitting your job because it interferes with your adult softball game or league. Find something else to do. Find something else to do. Okay.
Yeah, and those same people probably think the same thing about football or any of the stuff that you like. So
golf has always been an old retired man's game. Mickelson,
not anymore.
What are you talking about? A 50-year-old just won it.
But I'm just saying.
This is like, it's like embedding the idea that it's an old retired guy's game.
Like that,
it's a hobby.
That used to be the time. That used to be how it used to be. All right, like it used to be an old man's game, retired. But now there's a lot of young guys that play, and there's not a lot of old guys that play. But Phil is 50 years old, but he also is hitting the ball almost 400 freaking yards every time.
366. He bombed a fucking ball 366
hit the longest drive of the weekend.
I still don't know how Tiger got bigger than him, but this guy, if I know your name, like this Brooks guy that you were talking about, I don't fucking know who that is. But if I know your name as a golfer, that's huge. You know what I mean?
Bill's the funniest man ever.
He does have a good sense of humor. He was in Entourage, which I appreciate a lot. Entourage is one of my favorites. And the guy's killing it, and he's still killing it. So he, to me, is the best golfer that's ever lived.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
Who's better?
Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus.
I wouldn't go Palmer. I would definitely go the Bear. I think Phil has an argument with Tiger now, but he doesn't have enough wins like Tiger does. That's the difference.
He's just doing it. He's been doing it for so long, and he's been.
I will give you 20 years of proof that Tiger is better than Mickelson.
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying, you could argue. Because Phil's been consistent. He doesn't have the wins. He doesn't have the wins that Tiger has, but he's got a lot of top 10s.
Because Tiger took him out of those games. He took him out of those matches.
I understand that. But Tiger's also been hurt the last 5 years while Phil's winning tournaments.
Let's be honest. Tiger hasn't had the best.
Tiger is definitely Tiger is great. I'm not saying I'm saying there is. I'm just saying there's just like our Julio Odell thing. There's an argument you could make for Phil if you wanted to.
Yeah, more consistent.
All I'm saying is he's not more consistent. All I'm saying is over 20 years, Tiger had Mickelson's number the whole fucking time.
Okay, I'm not going to listen to you about golf because you said Arnold Palmer before you said Jack Nicklaus. So don't talk to me about golf.
I'm sorry. I was running through my fucking names in the back of my head.
Guys, just stop. Okay,
you start
hold on.
Golf,
moral of the story is don't get that excited over golf.
The Ohio State grad, and you didn't say his name first, Bush League.
I understand that. It's not Bush League. I'm just saying Arnold Palmer can fucking, at the age of 80, can literally sink a 101-foot putt with ease.
Bush League is partying on the fucking green.
I love that.
It actually looks like a lot of fun.
I do it all the time I go golfing.
I'm gonna say
it's fucking Happy Gilmore playing. Relax,
they are making a second movie.
Do your fucking golf clap and go the fuck home. All right.
That's not what golf is anymore.
That's exactly what golf is.
It's not lame. Like the younger generation is coming in, and they are like the gallery
party. They're having fun.
They're having fun.
I want to go and just insult everyone. Be like, can you calm the fuck down? This is golf. You're watching golf.
I will admit,
watch
it does get a little ridiculous.
You sitting behind the tee box or whatever, and everyone gets all rowdy once they hit, and you're just like, nice shot.
That's right. That's how it should be. Then we're gonna go round out our day and watch some fucking tennis.
But it's funny you said that though, because I can remember the clip from when Phil's on a 500-yard par 5 and he hits one off the tee, and the whole thing is when they hit it off the tee, get in the hole. Somebody always yells, get in the hole. Phil just turns around, looks at the guy, and goes, "Dude, it's a par 5," and just keeps
walking. They had his highlights from when he was interacting with the crowd and shit like that.
I've seen that actually.
He's like, "You're gonna want to get this."
All right. Now there was my hot take on golf. Let's go. I'll give my hot take, but let's let Nick take this away. What are you talking about? Golf is awful.
All right,
let's let Nick take this one away.
This isn't last, but this is going to be the last major thing that we talk about. We're going to talk about Le Flop.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's going to lose his mind. Everybody, we're going to apologize.
I mean, I've got
I'm going to try to keep my cool here. I'm going to try to keep my cool here.
You're going to keep your cool like I kept my cool last week. Let's calm down.
Let's take it back to the year 2003 when Cleveland takes the kid from Akron, the self-proclaimed king. And
not self-proclaimed. It was forced upon him.
I Sports Illustrated. I know. Let's just okay. So the king, does nothing but greatness in Cleveland. 2007 takes one of the worst teams to the NBA Finals. He gets swept. Cool. Ends up leaving Cleveland. Goes to Miami. Everybody hates him. Thought it was a smart decision on his part because Cleveland wasn't doing anything to help him out.
I didn't hate him.
No hate for him there. Had no hate for LeBron when he left for Miami.
Actually, I loved it.
I thought it was smart on his part.
Not smart. He fucked over Cleveland. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Right. Okay. So wins 2 titles, comes back to Cleveland, promises I'm coming home. Let's get it done. Gets it done. Thank you, LeBron. I have backed you for so many years on you being an absolute tool, being an absolute douchebag, being an absolute softest player to ever play the game of basketball in the history of basketball. And I am number one. He is not the greatest player of all time. He is the softest player of all time. Okay. The kid from Akron, it is very embarrassing. All right. I have been behind you for so many years and I have tried to just, I take it with a grain of salt, but now I am completely done and fed up with it after what happened during the Suns game and the Warriors game before that. Just the internet obviously eating it up. It shows the picture of the dude from the Mets. He got hit with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right in the nose.
36 seconds on the ground.
36 seconds on the ground. While LeBron gets poked in the eye and he's down there for almost
80.
a minute.
80 seconds, more than a minute. 80 seconds.
Suns game comes up. Chris Paul pulls on his shoulder a little bit and he flops in the air, falls down like his arm just got ripped out of the socket, lays there and cries like the little bitch that he is. While that very same day, Kevin Durant had his head above the freaking rim and landed on his shoulder and his face and hopped right back up while LeBron was 2 feet in the air.
Well, did you see LeBron get up, walk over to the spot where the little scuffle happened, and then fall down again?
Yeah.
So I rescind anything I have ever done to defend LeBron in the past. I am still grateful for what he did for the city of Cleveland and getting them a championship. I have nothing but love for everything he did in Cleveland, but this dude has now became not just the softest player, and like he is worse than soccer players.
Do you think him running the soccer team has something to do with it?
So why here is now I dub the LeBron. I'm going to make an award. I might send it to you out in LA. I don't know your address, but maybe I'll send it to the Staples Center and say, please deliver to LeBron. I'm going to make you a nice award that says it's going to be a toilet paper, maybe in some gold. I don't know. And
oh my God, I hope you make this.
World's softest athlete of all time. So we don't have to worry about arguing you with Michael Jordan and basketball. And if you're the greatest basketball player of all time, which you aren't, okay, we will go to who is the softest player of all time of any sport, and it's going to be you, number one.
It Kobe?
So
is Kobe better than him?
No, he's not a better player. He is a hell of a better competitor than LeBron is, but I don't think he's a better overall player. LeBron has more skill than Kobe, but LeBron is soft. If you put half of the competitive fire of Kobe Bryant into LeBron's probably the greatest player of all time. Okay, that's the only thing that helps Kobe is Kobe did a lot, but Kobe also shot like 40 times a game and all that stuff. But that's a different topic.
Shots,
R.I.P. to the Mamba. Love nothing but respect for Kobe Bean. But I'm definitely thinking about doing this, putting a roll of toilet paper on a pedestal, painting it gold. I don't know.
That's great.
And just
spray paint it.
LA and just LeBron, congrats, man. You're finally the greatest at something. All right. You're the softest player to ever play sports.
I love it.
Dubs here, you sorry soft sack of crap that you are right now.
Kenny, do you want to go on this, or do you want me to give my hot take?
You can go ahead and give your take.
Fantastic. All right. Basketball has been a bitch's sport for a long, long time, guys.
Did you write a script for this? Because it looks like you're reading.
I've thought about this ever since LaFlop happened. Okay. They have been flopping. Like in soccer, they're just like, that's just part of what they fucking do. They're all bitches in soccer, right? NBA has been flopping for so long, and it's gotten so bad that the NBA then put in a fine if you flop too much or too hard. Okay, they had to put in a fine for flopping in the NBA because that's how big of bitches these people are. These grown ass 6'8", 7 foot men are flopping because they're bitches. Okay, I watched LeBron during his Cleveland tour, like where he won.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen someone cry, bitch, and whine to the refs than LeBron.
Oh, that's been part of basketball forever.
I was watching. I was like, okay, Cleveland's in it. I got a bunch of friends that like the Cavaliers, so I watched that series, and I like every single time there was a dead ball, he turned and started bitching at the refs.
Yep, that doesn't bother me.
Well, I'm just like, okay, can you quit bitching? He didn't get any of the calls, by the way. So props to those fucking refs. That was awesome.
He never gets calls.
He never gets calls.
So I've always been annoyed because I've always been a shut the fuck up and play guy. And I'm not one of those people that, shut up and play, for the people kneeling. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like,
quit yelling at the refs.
Play.
Yeah. So I've always been that, but the flopping has always been just fucking outrageous. But when someone the caliber of LeBron, the notoriety of LeBron does it, it obviously gets like if a bench player came in and did that, he might get made fun of for 2 days and that's it. But because it's LeBron, it's now bringing light to him being it's bringing light to him being a little bitch. Look, I know every single person. I mean, and there's not one that I even question. Every single person in the NBA can whip my ass. But because you're in the NBA, you're probably a bitch to other men. There's my hot take. I think any kicker in the NFL could probably kick your fucking ass.
That's what their body's designed to do.
Don Molbach can whip anyone's ass. Death taxes and Don Molbach, baby.
All right, Kenny, you've been making some faces over here. Let's.
Yeah, he did not like your take on the Kobe thing, and that could be for another episode.
No. But listen. LeBron is better than Kobe. Okay. LeBron in a one-on-one is better than Michael Jordan. I am sorry to tell everybody this because apparently y'all just fucking forget, but he is better. He might not be the pure shooter that Kobe was, or he may not be I don't even know how to describe. Michael Jordan just took over games. Like he just decided that he was going to win and he did it.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron is the culmination of that in both of them. Like you both said, basketball has adopted the flopping and the crying and all the bullshit. It is theatrics to get your call. Does he take it over the top? Fuck yeah, he takes it over the top. Guess who he is? He's the best in the fucking game. So he's not getting the calls anymore. So he has to go over the top to make it so he can get the calls. Did he win the game? No, they didn't win fucking game one, but they never win game one anyways. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? He is playing the game the best way he can to give his team the best opportunity. Don't you put your hand over your fucking face because it's true. It's true. Okay. This isn't the fucking 90s anymore. Like we're not building Detroit Pistons teams to literally destroy Michael Jordan anymore. Okay. And I'm not talking about like just beating him on the basketball court. I'm talking about they literally would punch him in the fucking air.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I understand.
90s basketball. That's how that shit was. It is not like that anymore.
Right.
The NBA is 100% America's European football. It is the flopping in European football is designed to get calls. It is designed to get fouls on the other team so you could get your foul shots or whatever the fuck they're called, the place kicks.
Yeah, I get that. The penalty kicks. I understand. But I understand flopping to get calls. I understand if I'm a defender and a big man's backing me down, and when he puts a shoulder into me, I might flop a little bit to get a charge called on him. Completely understand that. Completely fine with that.
Yeah, did it in high school.
Yeah, I mean, cool, do that. But when somebody pulls on you a little bit and you act like your shoulder just got ripped out of your freaking arm, there's a difference between flopping and being a freaking crybaby theatrical asshole.
I'm not defending what he did in game one because he shouldn't have done. I mean, it shouldn't have he should have reacted that hard to it. Yeah, he could flop onto the ground and get the call and whatever.
But if he didn't get the call, get up.
To get up and then to go over to where the scrum was at, and then to fall back on his knees and act like his shoulder is killing him.
You guys aren't paying attention. It hurts over here too.
Right.
That's too much. I'm not saying that it's not too much. I'm saying that he is playing the game the way that it is designed to be played now. And it sucks. I hate it. I don't like this NBA. I don't like the fact that I'm watching grown ass 6'8", 7 foot men fucking flop on
bunch
the ground
of bitches
and act and just fucking listen. Steph Curry. I'm not the first person to say this. I'm not the last person to say it either. Steph Curry changed the game with 3-pointers. Okay, it fucking sucks. What LeBron did in game one, it was in the playing game, shooting from the fucking E in the in Staples Center and making that shot. It's an incredible shot, but that should be a one-time a game shot. With Steph Curry and the way that this game is now played, that's 20 times a game they're taking shots from all the way back there. I want physical basketball back. I want the 90s basketball back. LeBron James is built like a. You don't?
Yeah, okay, if you want everybody to listen, but you talk about the 3-pointers, but nobody's built like they were back in the 80s and the 90s. The guys that played back in the 80s and the 90s were built like football players.
Right.
Okay.
And LeBron is built like a football player.
Do you think you think really Kevin Durant could last 5 seconds getting the crap kicked out of him like that every night?
Lift some fucking weights. That's what Michael did. Michael was this fucking wide. He was that fucking wide both ways.
Okay. He was a lot bigger than Kevin Durant was physically. I'm just saying, like LeBron has no excuse. He's freaking 6'8", 260 pounds. Like the dude's a freaking freak of athlete. All right. But like you look at some of these, like these guys, they're not built like that. But here's the thing. The 80s and 90s, yes, it was great physical defensive basketball. Okay. But the thing I hate about back then that people talk about, I'll bring back the tough guys. Okay. So you really want Michael Jordan flying through the air and getting his legs taken out? That's what you want? You want the greatest player of all time to just potentially career to be over with, so you can see a little bit of physicality and guys getting fights?
I'm not talking about fucking slam ball. All right. I'm not talking.
That's what they did back then. That's what they did. That's what the Pistons did to him.
Merge. Okay, merge.
You can't have it one way or you can't.
Why not? Why can't I have more physical basketball right now?
You can't do it.
Why can't I have that?
Because that's not the way the league has it. Because the league because the league realizes that back then was bad for basketball.
Yeah.
Because
that's why you could only hit a quarterback in between this little area in the NFL.
Exactly. Look at the money numbers. Look at the worldwide brand that basketball has now. You can't go back to that.
I don't think the style of play had anything to do with it. I think that if the NBA was more physical, the American market would be a lot better. It's not. I will promise you that right now. Their ratings are down.
Who cares about the American market?
The
NBA that's in America.
Okay,
America?
where do most
Basketball Association?
Where do most professional teams make their money? Where do they make their money?
China?
On what? TV deals.
Sure.
Right?
Wait, are you talking about globally?
Anything.
Or here?
Yeah, TV deals, and no one's watching them.
Huh? And guess what? And guess who has the biggest TV deal?
Nobody's watching them here.
Guess who has the biggest TV deal ever? The NFL, the most physical fucking sport.
Yeah, here in America. But you look at
$111 billion. It's the biggest TV deal.
How many professional football leagues are outside of the United States that are worth any money?
Well, none.
How many games does the NFL sell out every time they go to another country? Every single one?
Every single time.
So you think football is more global than basketball?
I see what you're getting at. No, the Olympics makes that. Yeah, the Olympics. Yeah, okay.
Basketball is a worldwide
it's not
popular
just
sport.
The Olympics either. It's China.
Completely, huh? It's not. It's Europe. Europe is where is. Are you kidding me?
Let's just calm down real fast. The NBA's dealings with China is a lot bigger than it is with Europe.
He's saying just as a global, like other countries enjoy. He's saying other countries enjoy basketball
like this
more. No, they just enjoy basketball more as a whole than probably football because it is everywhere. It's in the Olympics for a reason.
Basketball,
it's everywhere.
Basketball now.
Talk about it.
Basketball now is more skill based than it is being an athlete.
True.
As long as you're a good shooter, you can make it. Yes.
No, it's not even passer that. Or dribbler. It's yes, exactly. I mean, basketball is now an isolation game of one-on-one.
It started with Steve Nash, and it has gotten more skilled since.
Exactly. The Europe style of basketball is here. This is what you're watching
it's European
right now.
Football. That's what I was saying earlier. It's European football.
No. Okay. Look. So what? I mean, why? If they're making tons more money, getting way more viewership, selling way more of everything, why would they go back to that? To more physical basketball? Why would they do that?
Guys are still gonna watch it.
Why?
Why would they not? They love basketball. They don't love that. They don't love basketball because of 3-point shots.
The NBA has done nothing but grow and expand as the NBA as the game has changed.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't have shooters. I'm not saying that they shouldn't take 3-point shooters.
I'm just saying, why would you want that type of style of basketball? I'm speaking as the NBA. Why would I go back to that when I am globally set for years to come with this style of basketball?
Because your players aren't going to be bitches.
Do you think the NBA gives a shit about that?
They do a little.
Money.
They do a little bit.
Yeah,
clearly.
And they make money off of their players by charging them for flopping.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they encourage it? They make money off of it.
But then, that's
guys.
They're saying that they don't.
Moral of the story is, don't get that excited over golf and basketball's for bitches.
Go Phoenix.
Sure. What, Kenny, did you have something else you wanted to talk about, or?
So I'm gonna do this real quick just because I love the video. Kevin LeBron.
Oh, geez. Ripping off David Bakhtiari. He took it a little bit more extreme. He took a little more extreme than Bakhtiari did, but
yeah.
That's where we found out that Aaron Rodgers can't drink.
When Kelly Stafford shared a video of Stafford just chugging on. What's going on here? What we got here?
This is great.
This is amazing.
This is hey, Michigan man right here.
Yep.
Yes, he is. So wave to the fans with his daughter. You know, it's all great. Everything's awesome.
Cute. Nice, so everything cute, family friendly. Okay, honey, I got to do something real quick.
Yeah, hold on, guys. We're gonna play a highlight real fast, okay? And now we're gonna come back to real day. Look at those tats.
He's been tatted like that since he was at Michigan.
Yeah, yes. Let's go.
Someone throw a new one. Freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin in that shit.
What a great example to set for your child. On national television.
That's a great way to do it.
Okay, so he talked about it the next day. And he said that his daughter was upset with him because he got him and his wife, or her and his wife, all wet.
Oh,
that was the cutest fucking thing.
That's too good.
All right, well that's this episode of the KD Sports Talk. It was a heater. It was a fucking heater. Sweating over here. So make sure you like the video, like your podcast, subscribe to the podcast.
We are on all major platforms.
Yeah, our fucking Twitters are going to be in the description. So get at us on Twitter. Tell us how much you hate our takes, because I would love it. I want to hear it. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.